Now we go through the first section of the webinar. Steve brought it in its main results. So I give the floor to Mr. Johan Massoner, that is our that work for Infineon, and Infineon is the Steve lead partner. So please, Mr. Massoner, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Francesca. I'm very happy that we have this webinar today because things changed so much during the last months. And previously we planned to have our meeting in Torino in May, but this is not possible anymore, so that we now have this changed. And thank you, Francesca, for organizing this event. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
As previously, so it works fine.
Yeah, it works.
Okay. So then let's start with my presentation. I have just a short introduction to the project. It is mostly known to all of you, so that it's not really new. The project, Steve, is smart tailored large category vehicle, electric vehicle demonstrated in heterogeneous urban use cases. This is an innovation action, which is something a bit different from the usual research projects. This innovation action allows us to run the project in real demonstration use cases. And finally, at the end, we will come up with policy recommendations which help hopefully the contributing cities and also the European society to further develop the urban mobility scenarios. We have a website which is maintained very well, so you can have more additional information on this website. The project duration is now extended. Hopefully, we are in the process of getting that released until end of February 2021. And we have a rather high budget, which is in the region of 9.5 million, a bit more than 7 million grants. It is a large project with 21 partners out of 7 countries, and we are running 4 demonstrations in 4 different towns. The one demonstration runs in Calvia, one demonstration runs in Torino, in Veneria Reale, and the last one in Villach. The project objectives and where they are covered can be seen in this slide. It's about user expectations and market analysis on electric vehicles and related services. This is objective number 1. The objective number 2 is implementation of a new energy efficiency and customer-oriented services for electric vehicles based on gamification approaches rewarding various driver behaviors. Then we have the demonstration in the different electric vehicle topologies. We have these quadricycles, but also electric bikes, and we will demonstrate their usage and service in real urban scenarios. And finally, analysis of the data and coming to the scenarios and policy recommendations. We are following a typical view development approach, where we, on the left-hand side of the view, we have the technical, the analysis, the scientific part with analysis, scenarios, infrastructure, and specific developments for the user interfaces in the vehicles. And on the right-hand side, we have the project integration and test of the various developments researched. Here we will have the work package 4, which is deployment and selection of the urban mobility services vehicle involved in the cities. The VP5 is the assessment of the user experience, mainly done by inquiries and questionnaires we will get from the users. And finally, VP6 with the recommendation policy and also with the exploitation and dissemination of the project results. I'm very happy that we have quite a huge commitment of all the partners and they are taking the roles. You can see that each work package is led by really expertise organizations, and especially VP6 is led by the city of Torino, and the dissemination part by Any Solution. Finally, some words to the demo sites. We have the city of Torino and Veneria, where mainly quadricycles will be tested with people driving these cars and getting experience on how these special cars behave in a real environment. Unfortunately, this is a bit threatened by the COVID situation, where especially the last months, driving such vehicles was not a main priority, so that we have to come up with some containment actions. And thanks for coming up with those containment actions, which will be mainly based also on a video and on a virtual experience we will get by driving and analyzing this data. In Villach, we have 2 electric vehicles. These are running between dedicated points of interest. And the second main activity here is the sharing of bikes, where we set up in total 11 automated stations where these bikes can be rented and brought back in a fully automated way, integrated into an application which run on mobile devices. And the same procedure is mainly also in Calvia, with a different approach regarding the implementation into the application environment, and there mainly tourists and related persons will be involved in the tests. Yes, this covers mainly my talk, because the technical details you will get during this presentation anyway. So I look forward to enjoy the further presentations. Thank you very much again for organizing this event.
Thank you, Mr. Massoner.